Hey friends, here you go. A real and raw video. You are not on a tripod, and I'm exhausted. But I wanted to come on here and give you a video and kind of explain. You're going to move for a second because I got to grab my phone a different way. My hands are killing me. Yeah. So we got back to Arizona. Well, I don't know. I don't know exactly what time it was. I think it was like 5 o'clock, but we stopped in Havasu. I went to the Hobby Lobby there. Hobby Lobby is actually not as big or not as small as I thought it was the first time I went to it. I don't know what I was thinking, but maybe it's because there was a lot of empty shelves the first time I went to that Hobby Lobby, but today was fantastic. Let's just say the craft budget that I was given and held out for this week is now spent. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun stress shopping for a lot of future projects that I'm going to be starting to work on, hopefully tomorrow, if my body allows me to. I will do a haul video. If you guys can wait, I'm going to wait and do the haul video. You know what? No. I'll pre-record it, and it'll be up Friday. Because I have family coming in on Friday, as you know. So there will likely be no Saturday video unless I can get something pre-recorded for you guys, which I might. I might. You know what? Okay, well, just roll with however my videos come out. I have to change things up again, once again. I've been praying on it. I've been contemplating what exactly to say in regards to the situation of what went down on Monday to what continued to go on from yesterday and today. And without getting too long and drawn out, I know some of my longtime subscribers know that my oldest daughter, who has decided to separate herself from the family, and I'm going to be careful what I'm saying because I know she or someone she knows is stalking me and my videos. I will get into that. So if you don't want to hear about some dirty laundry that I'm about to air, then click off. I'm sorry, but this is my real life, and I feel I need to tell you guys because it very well could affect my videoing scheduling or video recording. Excuse me. I am tired. It could affect my travel vlogs. I have no travel vlogs for today because of this. Yeah, so my oldest daughter, like I said, she decided to separate herself from the family. She made some bad decisions in life. Okay. And we thought things were calm and good and everything. And on Monday, as I was driving out to California, I received a phone call from my son because she took it upon herself to involve my oldest son. Big no. He's not, no, it's none of his business. I mean, yes, he can know about it, but he doesn't need to be involved. And then next thing I know, because I told him flat out she needs to grow up and text me. The next thing I know, I'm getting threatening messages from her. She's threatening to come and take Levi away and take him back. All because we bought a second residence here in Arizona and did not tell her. Well, we are not obligated to tell her because we have not fully legally moved yet. And I say legally because if we had fully legally moved everything, we wouldn't have our residence in California. Okay? So what I am trying to say is the apartment in California for Levi is his primary residence. He goes to school in California. That is his primary state for schooling. He is homeschooled under the same teacher he has been homeschooled with since TK. California is his primary residence, period. I am, as far as Arizona is concerned, an Arizona resident. Why? Because this house that we purchased as our second residence was purchased under my husband's VA loan. And because of that, somebody in the immediate family had to take residency / occupancy within 30 days of closing on said home. There is no court obligation that we had to tell her about this. And she's threatening. We know she has no grounds to stand on. Unfortunately, all the years of her partying and drugs and drinking have caused lifelong health problems. And it's sad. It's honestly sad to see what she's done to herself. I pray for her all the time. Despite all her threats that she has put against our family. But now more than anything, Levi needs the prayers. Because after all this happened last night, he caught wind of it very, very quickly. He's a smart kid. He looked in the mirror because we were driving last night to, where were we going? I think we were heading back to the hotel by this point. Yes, we were heading back to the hotel by this point. And I'm going to get to the hotel thing in a minute too. But we're driving back to the hotel, and he says to my mom and I, I'm scared. He so much as hears the word Texas. He so much as hears her name, even if it's not in reference to her. He starts trembling because he has trauma from whatever went on when he was with her. We don't know. We don't know anything. We're coming up on 4 years since he's come into our care. 4 years next month. He came into our care. He had just turned 3. And I had just previously lost my dad. That happened all in 1 month. All in the month of April. Dad died on April 14th. Two weeks later, I come back after taking care of the affairs of losing him. And on May 6th, now things had already been shaky by this point with my oldest daughter in April. May 6th. I'm sitting there studying for finals because I was getting ready to graduate from college. This was almost 4 years ago. I get a phone call from LA County Sheriff at 11 o'clock at night. Or not LA County Sheriff, LA County Fire, excuse me, saying that they found our daughter's car in the canyons above Malibu, California, and that there was a car seat in the car. And they wanted to know where the child was. And we informed them that we have him. He was safe. And then they told us we needed to come get her car because of looters. We drove up in my husband's truck. My youngest daughter went with us because she knew I got anxiety driving in the canyons, let alone at midnight. We got up there to get her car, and there was people already trying to loot her car. They were trying to get in the vehicle. And as I'm driving my husband's truck down the canyon, I nearly got ran off the road by said looters. That was May 6th. May 7th, my husband is taking our youngest daughter to work. I got a text message from Child Protective Services. And then a phone call. And they said that they asked us if we were prepared to become his parents. Were we ready to take over raising him? And we said, without a doubt, hands down, we said we'd already been there since birth. You don't have to ask us again. We will take care of him. We will raise him. From there, we went into court, legalized it all. Guardianship under place. And then it just all started going downhill from there. So, why am I telling you all this? How is this going to affect my recording scheduling? Yada, yada, yada. I'm going to start pre-recording a lot of my videos because mentally I was doing fine. I talked to my husband about this the other night. I told him, I said, the last year has been a year of grief and depression and anxiety for me. And it wasn't until finding this church out here in Arizona that I've finally been able to feel like I can just start crawling up out of this valley, as hard as it's going to be, digging my nails into that soil and just pulling myself up. And I was finally at that point where I was pulling myself up out of that muddy valley. And then I get that phone call on Monday. And I told my husband, I said, how much longer do I need to sit down here in the valley? And he said, I understand how you feel because it's like you're getting kicked in the head all over again. So I'm probably going to start pre-recording a lot of my videos. I don't know. I don't know what this is going to become. You know, I'm still gonna keep my commitments and everything that I have, because a lot of the hashtags that I'm doing literally only require like a 1 or 2 minute video, 3 minutes at most. Um, I'm just saying my videos might be shorter for right now. I need to take care of myself. I need to put the band-aids back on, I guess you could say. You know, nothing like having the band-aid just ripped right off of you, right? And to top all that off, you know, the trip out to California was I mean, for the most part it was good. You know, mom was able to rest in the hotel. I was able to sort some more stuff at the apartment, because everything, you know, we're redoing everything at the apartment to accommodate. And then the drive home was very, very hard on her. And I've been praying, you know, I don't know how much longer I have with my mom. I don't. And I've been praying about this, and you know, if this is the last trip God gives my mom and I together, I'm going to accept it. Her and I were able to have a lot of good conversation on the drive home today. She slept very little, but she struggled physically so bad. I barely got her in the house. And so that leads me to the whole hotel thing. You know, people are probably wondering, well, you have you have your primary residence in California. Why did you stay in a hotel? Because my mom cannot walk upstairs. And there are a lot of stairs for the apartment. Never mind, the parking situation requires a lot of walking to the apartment. So for now, that is what we are having to do. But I just don't understand, you know, why it's got to be like this. You know, we have over and over reassured her, you know, about his care, to the point where we were blue in the face. And then she finally said, you know what, don't text me anymore, don't call me, I don't want any contact with you guys whatsoever. Okay, we respected that. And then she wants to come back at us and say, we're not talking to her, we're not this, we're not that. So, I don't know, friends. Just like when I felt like I was in a good place. And here we go. I am so tired of sitting in this muddy valley. Levi is what keeps me going every single day. He really does. He keeps me going every single day. So anyways, I'm sorry, 20 minutes, I just yapped your ear off. You probably didn't want to hear any of that. But I felt you needed to know, in case my videos seem off. Now you know why. But anyways, I'm gonna go. I'm beyond exhausted. My thumbnail is going to be the sunset in Lake Havasu City, behind the Love's truck stop, just as we were leaving tonight. So anyways, I'm gonna go. I will be back tomorrow on Thursday for something. I feel like I have a hashtag something coming up on some day. I've got to look at I've got my schedule in the schoolroom. I don't know right now. But again, I'll have the haul video coming up on probably, I'm going to pre-record it, so it's going to come out by Saturday or Sunday. So, all right. For now, friends, I'm going to go. I'm going to try and sleep. I barely slept last night because all this just nonsense and chaos. It's like, I don't get it. We explained to her, we've got this second residence because we used to come out here just so often, and all the money we were spending on hotel rooms. It made all the sense in the world to just jump on this house now. We explained to her Levi's got a big backyard to play in when we're out here, and he's got his own room, and he's got all his own stuff, and it still wasn't good enough for her. So, may come down to eventually we need to talk to an attorney. I don't know. But the courts are well aware of our situation. We've already made it noted and documented with our case. So they know. Courts know. We have a second residence. That everybody's primary is still California, I can't stress that enough. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to try and rest. I don't know how much sleep I'm going to actually get, but I have Happy Meal to wake up to. When I got back here, my best friend had sent me a Happy Meal package, and I didn't even know she was sending it. Sitting in the mailbox. So we'll see what that is tomorrow. All right. If you stuck with me till the end, I appreciate you all so very much. I'll be back with crafty content in the morning, okay, or in the afternoon, or sometime on Thursday. I'm supposed to go pick up my IKEA order at Dollar General tomorrow. That'll be fun. Yeah, so, all right. Love, hugs, and prayers to you all. Hope you all are staying safe. But, I'll see you very soon in the next video, okay, friends?